Hello, this is Clarice Mertz, the Brazilian one. And today I have something very special. Amy Simon. She is a Wonder Woman, and it was very hard to choose a topic for us to talk about because this woman knows everything. So she is an ageless grace educator, intuitive life coach, spiritual counselor, and master healer. So thank you, Emmett, for being here with me, and I think we will have fun.
Yes, I think so. And thank you
Yes.
for inviting
Oh
me.
gosh, thank you. And today we choose to talk about self-love. Of course, self-love is very hard. So self-love is very hard. So I think it's never too much to talk about and understand a little bit more about it. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. So, we are talking about one workshop you did last year, and you say that it was very difficult. Something you heard, like not to be mean to yourself.
Yes, yes. I was on a retreat in Costa Rica,
Okay.
and we were going out for the day to do zip lining.
Okay.
And so one of the things the leader said in the beginning, what she said was, at the end, don't be mean to yourself. And that set up a reaction in me. Like, me? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say don't be mean to myself. I just saw myself react. I noticed myself reacting to that, just the words of it. And so that's kind of started the looking at, am I being mean to myself?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what you discovered?
Well, I actually discovered that is probably the number one thing that I later in that retreat, I was up on stage talking to them, and they brought up something, and I hit myself on my head.
Oh my God.
Okay? Because it's like, oh, I forgot, or oh, how you do that. And they reminded me, don't be mean to yourself.
Oh.
And it dawned on me, wow. There are ways that I'm being mean to myself. Self-judgment, those times where you're being harsh with yourself when you don't even know that you're being critical. But you are internally in your thoughts unless you start paying attention.
Yes, it's so automatic.
It was such an automatic response when I hit myself on my head.
Oh my God.
And they said, don't be mean to yourself. And I went, wow.
So I can be mean to myself.
Yes, I see. It opened up a big awareness for me to start looking at ways that
More careful.
more closer. Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it found it interesting. If somebody, what my boyfriend at the time was saying to me, I'm always hard on him.
Oh.
So a lot of times what's happening on the inner will come out through the outer.
Yes.
And so that was my next clue. So I make it more like an experiment. Okay, let me just see in my life, where am I being mean to myself? And I just get curious about it. And so when he said that, I thought, oh, where am I being hard on myself? And I can see where I really, being that perfectionist, we talked a little bit about perfectionism.
Yes.
I can see where my bar is raised so high within myself that when my mother used to criticize me, I've taken that on, like criticizing myself and being mean to myself.
And normally what's happened is we talk to ourselves the same way your parents talk to us.
Yes. That's so true.
Yes.
I mean, the facts are, we think 60,000 thoughts a day.
Yeah.
And we wake up the next day, most of us thinking those exact same thoughts.
Yes.
Whether we know it or not, right?
And another thing is, Sometimes our parents talk to us um, in not such a harsh way, but when you're a child, we believe is so strong, is so bad, is so
Yes, because
yeah,
yes,
because we are a child.
we're little,
And you
right?
you cannot understand
Mm-hmm.
the real
Mm-hmm.
concept, and then you continue to talk with
With
ourselves in the same voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, as women, or all of us actually, a lot of it stems from the way our mother
Yes.
treated
Yes.
us.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I came from, I love my mom dearly, but
Yeah. Of course.
she wanted the best for me.
Yes.
But I felt there was a lot of criticism and a high bar to jump over.
Yes, for our own benefit, right?
Yes. For my benefit.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And one time I crossed a yellow light and I caught myself. I know it's bad, should not cross a yellow light. But I caught myself talking to myself. You know the cartoon that you see someone like getting big and, talking to myself like this, and I was in shock.
Right.
And I said, oh my
Yes.
gosh, what is that? Where did this come from? And it was from my childhood. Because this the way I understood that my parents talked to me. That wasn't that bad, but as a being a child, this is what I capture in the air.
Yes.
And this was the way I continue to talk to myself. So I need to be very aware how am I talking.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's so important to pay attention to our words. Because our words do create
Yes.
in the world. And the way we know what we're creating is by looking at our outer world.
Yes. Yeah.
So it does make, it really is I think that one of the best things I did for myself is to develop that noticer within myself, to actually pay attention and be curious, like I talked about earlier, not being in a self-judging way with
just
myself,
exploring.
but start when there's something like, oh, don't be mean to yourself, and just start getting curious about that, and not judging it, and just seeing it for what it is.
Yes.
It will fall to the background so that you can move forward and be a little bit more curious with something else.
Yes, yes. So, about self-love. So
Yes.
one thing is pay attention what you're thinking, and don't be harsh to yourself. And do you notice that your life changed after you start to pay attention?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have just noticed, everything just starts unraveling. It's like when you have a tight grip on things and you're not aware of it, it's like you've got your, a grip on it. You're like I had a grip on that, don't be mean to yourself, because it triggered something in me. But when I was able to just loosen it a little bit and saw that piece, and then started getting curious about it and not judging it, because I judged it right in the first when I got triggered.
Yes.
So when I stopped judging it, it started unfolding and unraveling and starting to, get to this point where I really love me. I really love all of my life. It's starting to accept every aspect of me, which is kind of a beautiful place in a very short period of time. In the last 6 months, this has all kind of unraveled, this whole topic.
Wow, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is
Anybody
huge.
can do it.
Yes.
Anybody can do it.
Just pay attention.
It starts with paying attention, and I believe with being the one thing about being mean, it's probably one of the first things that you could start as a person for self-love can do. And when you notice that you are, all you need to do is say stop it. You can just say stop and then re-choose, because we have choice. You can clearly re-choose another choice for yourself and be kind to yourself in whatever way is being kind. Yeah. Kind of cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's
cool.
reclaiming ourselves, our aspects of
our
ourselves,
power,
our power back.
and it's cool, and you feel great.
Yes, yes,
Feel
absolutely.
wonderful. Yes.
I had an experience, if you want, I have an experience where
Yes.
this happened to me just this past week.
Uh-huh.
I was leaving. I was in a rush, like some of us do. Like I
Yes.
thought I was going to be
Sometimes.
late. Sometimes, not all of us, but here I am. And I had sunglasses on, so I didn't really look real good at a stop sign right.
Uh-huh.
And I pulled out, and here was a car coming and honking their horn, right?
Uh-huh.
And I easily could have gotten hit.
Yes.
And I was looking at my cell phone too. So all of them, I had this tape going, oh my God, I did something wrong.
Yeah.
I noticed later on, I'm feeling really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if they report me? I just had all this story going on.
Uh-huh.
I started making me not seeing them into a whole story.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I was
And
feeling
it was,
worse.
And it wasn't a good story.
No. So I got home. When I got home after my meeting, I sat down and I said, okay, this is not feeling well. And so I started just back to the fact, okay, I was on my phone. I was looking at my phone. I didn't see the car because I was in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost hit the car.
Uh-huh.
So that was it. I didn't go into the story.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make it mean a whole lot of things. And I kind of sat with that for a little bit, and what came to me was, oh, I can recommit again. I have a choice. This is a wake-up call. I can recommit to not getting on not looking at my cell phone. Just keep it shut.
Yes.
Even if I'm
driving,
rushing somewhere and I might be late,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not to feel like I've got to get there because whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, and the funny thing is when I got there, the person wasn't even ready
Uh-huh.
at all. So I thought, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. What the universe is telling me here.
Right. What is my message?
Yeah.
So I think the real key, and you might want to to really be able, when you're feeling those feelings of, oh, I did something wrong, that's just, again, another message saying, another version of yourself criticizing,
Yes.
making
Yeah.
a story about something.
Yes.
Instead of just looking at the facts. And when you can actually pull them apart, you can then make a choice to do something different. But when they're mixed together, it's really being mean to ourselves.
Yes. And in so many ways we
Yes.
can do that.
Yes.
That once more we can, not know what you are doing.
Right. I
Yeah.
didn't really know what it was, but then when I really saw, once I slowed down, and I think that's a key, isn't it?
Yes, this is the key. Yeah.
Slowing down.
Yeah, breathe and see what's going on.
Right.
Yes.
Why
yes.
am I feeling the way I'm feeling?
Yes. Yeah.
And then just really getting into the fact of it, and then breaking out the meaning of what I created, the
Yes.
story I imagined.
Yes.
I was able to go, oh, in the moment, right? And that's when transformation takes place.
Yes. Yes. In the
I
moment.
can recommit. I can recommit to this. I can recommit to not being in a hurry. I can recommit to look more than once before I pull out at a stop sign.
Yeah.
I can recommit to have the cell phone over there, shut,
Yes. Yes.
in my purse, somewhere else,
And so many
and
options.
keep not only myself safe but other people
Yes.
safe
Yes.
in the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. This is good. This
Yeah.
is very good. So, you can see that we can be mean to ourselves in many ways that you're not even aware of. And the truth is, when you're mean to yourself, you're not helping at all.
No.
You're just putting yourselves down. And
Exactly, because we're in a lower version of ourselves. We're not in our clarity of the current version of who we are. So we're not being an energetic leader to ourselves, nor will we be an energetic leader to our family, our relationships.
Yeah.
We're bringing this younger version of ourselves into play. Unless we actually get clear about that, it just is running in our lives, and we're
Yes, and when you're in this low aspect yourselves is all you can see. Is all
That's
low.
it. The landscape is low.
Yes.
It's, you know, somebody will say something and you're
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
Right?
Then yes. Yeah.
Reacting.
You're
right?
reacting because you're not good enough.
Exactly. Because I was wrong and I
Yeah.
was not good enough. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
not
the
good
bottom
enough.
line
Yes,
of it.
yes.
Oh.
And then can create a snowball that is very hard to stop.
Yes. Oh my gosh, isn't that such a true
Yeah.
theme of
Yes.
there's some sort of lack of not good enough
Yeah.
or not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty, you know, I didn't even catch that for myself, but that's really where it
Yes.
stems from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think the battle
Yeah.
is we are not good enough.
Yeah.
And we are.
We are. When we're in our clarity, in our
Yes.
present moment,
Oh my
we are
gosh.
like brilliant.
Yes.
Beyond
yes.
measure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what, I mean, don't you want that for everyone?
Yes.
That
Yes.
self-love?
Self-love, yes.
You know what I just heard?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I'm a big brain, like you talk about. I love
Yes,
listening to
she
people.
is.
But it was a little insight. Number one thing about what's going on in our life is the number one thing we can do is love ourselves. And it will reflect. And we have a magnet in our hearts space area, and it will attract. We are beings that are made to attract our good to us, and we live in an abundant universe.
Yes.
So if you're not actually getting good things happening in your life, you're struggling, you feel stuck, it comes down to number one, self-love. Loving
believe
self.
So. Yes.
Loving self,
I-
get loving
Yes.
self, so that attraction, that magnet
Yes.
starts pulling in more good,
Mm-hmm.
and we can start here.
Yes.
We can start with loving ourselves, and then we can start with loving our bodies, right? How
There's
many
a
of us
yes.
don't love our
Yes.
body?
Mhm. It's always something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So the more we can just shift to that loving ourselves and loving our bodies, the more abundance we will find being attracted into our lives, because we have that already magnet within our heart space to attract our good, because we live in the abundant universe.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That is awesome, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this
I
is
mean, it makes
awesome.
me feel like
Yes.
I want to stand up and shout.
Yes. Let's do
Yippee!
it.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. Woo! And Amy is writing a book about losing weight, right?
Oh, I have a little ebook.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
about the tips that I've used to love my body
Uh-huh.
and to be able to keep the weight off. You know, and really get out of that being mean to myself, of self-sabotaging for everything that I ate.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that when we don't love ourselves, there's a self-hatred that goes on, and we tend to want to, and we don't think we're enough. We tend to want to numb ourselves.
Yes.
A lot of us will do it through eating.
Mm-hmm.
Some will do it through drinking.
Yeah.
But we're this addiction of some sort to not feel
Yes.
that,
Yeah. The pain.
the pain.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we happen to like to be a society of pleasure.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
But I have found, if you have found this too, sometimes it's through the pain we actually get free.
Oh yes. This is a hard one, but it's true.
It's loving the pain, which
Yes.
sounds so weird, right?
Yeah.
But I'm realizing by me loving all aspects of myself, I become freer.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is wonderful. Well, I hope this have help you a little bit, you know, how to love ourselves and be more aware what's going on in your mind. And pay attention for the tricks that we play to think we are not being mean to ourselves. So I think the secret in life is love ourselves. And when we can love ourselves, it's very easy to just give love.
Absolutely.
And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
So you have one more thing to tell them?
I will say this. What you resist persists,
and
and grows
yes.
stronger in your life.
Just a hard one, just
And
a tough one.
the more we can notice,
Yeah,
and without judgment, it will fall to the wayside.
yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
don't resist.
no resistance.
Yes.
Or pay attention to what you are saying no to in your life.
Yes, this is true. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Subscribe to my channel and see you Thursday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.